Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a goat milk facial cream. This is going to be number 2 in my 4-part goat milk series. A couple days ago I published part 1, which was the goat milk bubble bath from scratch video and tutorial. I hope you've had a chance to take a look at that. If not, when you're done watching this video, head on over and watch the first part in this 4-part series. In this video today, I'm going to be sharing with you a step-by-step visual process and tutorial of how to put together this beautiful anti-aging goat milk facial cream. If you would like the full recipe and tutorial with the detailed written instructions and percentages, please head on over to my Patreon campaign where you can unlock this formula for just a small $5 pledge. This formula and my other goat milk formulas, along with hundreds of other recipes, are all available at the same $5 level. I really hope you'll consider checking it out. There are going on now almost 4 years of archived recipes. I don't take any of my formulas down, so when you pledge the $5, you have access to a vault of formulas. In addition to the $5 tier, there are 4 other tiers for you to take a look at and take advantage of, each with their own unique benefits. We offer things like quarterly classes, live monthly hangouts, gift packages, coupon codes, and it's just a great way to connect with me and to connect with other makers. I really hope that you'll check it out. Come see what the community is all about. All right, let's make some beautiful goat milk cream. All right, so this formula has a heated water phase, a heated oil phase, and then a cool down phase. And we're creating an emulsion, so we will be combining some oils and waters together to create this beautiful facial cream. I'm gonna be making somewhat of a bigger batch today because I like this formula so much. I'm actually gonna start to sell it on my website. So if that's something you're interested in purchasing, please have a look on my website. They will be there soon. So the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and weigh off the water for this formula. And for the water, this is going to be a combination of both distilled water and aloe vera water. So the aloe vera water is going to be very soothing. You're going to notice that the ingredients that I've decided to use here are very soothing to the skin. And I'll go over all the ingredients for you as we go along. But the first thing we're going to do is weigh off the aloe vera. It's very hydrating, it's very soothing, it's great for anti-aging. I got this aloe vera liquid from Brambleberry. I find it easier to use this than, you guys have seen me take the powder before and rehydrate the concentrated aloe powder. That does work to create an aloe vera water. This is just a little bit easier. Then we're going to go ahead and weigh off the distilled water for this formula. All right, there we go. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and add in some hyaluronic acid stock. Now, if you're purchasing this tutorial from my Patreon campaign or you're accessing this using the $5 pledge, I did make this hyaluronic acid stock from scratch. It's a 1% hyaluronic acid solution. You can purchase a hyaluronic acid solution already pre-made. I think Brambleberry carries it, or you can buy the hyaluronic acid powder and make your own 1% stock. And when you get the tutorial from me, I will have full instructions on how to create the stock. It's pretty self-explanatory, it's very easy, and all you do is go ahead and add in the powder to the waters to create the stock and let it gel up. But I'll be putting full instructions in the tutorial there over on my campaign. So we're gonna go ahead and add in our 1% hyaluronic acid stock. One 1% is the concentration, not the amount that we're adding in here. We're adding much more than 1%. Okay, The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and add in some allantoin. Allantoin is a plant-based product that is great for soothing the skin. This comes from the comfrey plant. Comfrey is high in allantoin. Comfrey is a green, beautiful green plant, and the allantoin is very, very good, again, for just soothing the skin. All right. Go ahead and give this a stir. Kind of get that allantoin nice and dissolved. Now the allantoin does go completely clear. It will dissolve fully in this formula, but it looks a little cloudy at the moment. That's okay. It will go away, and we're going to be heating this up, which will also help it to dissolve. So the next thing we're going to be adding here is some gorgeous goat milk full cream powder. This is very high quality goat milk powder. I did get this from Lotion Crafter, and you guys know, if you've asked me questions before, I should just address this now. If you have asked me questions before on the campaign or in other areas where you may have asked me if you can make goat's milk lotion, and my answer to you in the past has been no. I have found that the Lotion Crafter website and also Wholesale Supplies Plus sells a cosmetic grade full cream goat milk powder, which they do say and recommend you can use in lotions. So since finding this ingredient, I do think it is okay. My hesitation in the past and what I've told other people and patrons in the past is I wouldn't use the goat's milk in a cream just for fear that it would go rancid. That would be like a full goat milk, maybe raw goat's milk that you get at the grocery store from a local farmer. I'm not really sure. I would kind of steer clear from that. Maybe you guys who use that kind of product can make some comments in the comment section here on the video and just let me know if that's something that you do. I prefer to use the powder that comes from the supplier with actual instructions on how to incorporate it into your creams and lotions. So that's why I feel safe using this. So as you can see, my goat milk powder has clumped up. I probably should have put that in the hyaluronic acid like I have done in the past to get it all broken up before I added the water. This will break up. It's just going to take a little bit of time now that I've added it directly to the water instead of dispersing it into the hyaluronic acid. So that's going to be it for my water phase. I'm going to set this aside and allow that goat milk powder to just kind of break up and hydrate. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and weigh off the oil phase. We're going to be using some beautiful argan oil. Argan oil is a lovely, silky, luxurious oil. It's great for skin and hair care. So we're going to be using some argan oil here. This is not something I would necessarily place in a body lotion. I mean, you can, but being that it's a little bit more expensive and luxurious, I like to reserve this for facial, skin, and hair formulas. All right, and then to the argan oil, I'm going to be adding in some beautiful shea butter. Shea butter is very hydrating. It's great for maturing skin. It has a really nice silky skin feel to it. It's not super dry like cocoa butter or mango butter. And it is great for anti-aging. So we're going to go ahead and add in our shea butter. This is also going to help with the thickness too. All right. And then we're going to be adding in some emulsifiers and thickeners. Now, for the emulsifier today, we're going to be using BTMS 50. BTMS 50 is a beautiful cationic, positively charged emulsifier, so it's going to leave your skin very silky smooth with a powdery finish. It just helps with that conditioned feeling that your skin gets. This is also a popular ingredient for hair conditioners and shampoos. So we're going to go ahead and add this in. All right. The next thing we're going to be putting into the oil phase is some cetyl alcohol. Now, cetyl alcohol is a fatty alcohol with a beautiful skin feel. It's silky and light and airy, and it's fast absorbing. So putting this in a facial cream is a nice thing because it glides right onto your skin. In combination with this BTMS 50, it's a beautiful ingredient for facial care. So we're going to go ahead and this will also help with the thickness. This is going to bring the thickness factor up in the cream. So we're going to go ahead and add in our cetyl alcohol. That's going to do it for our oil phase. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and bring our oil and water phases over to a saute pan with a few inches of water in it, which is going to help me create a double boiler system. I'm going to pop these into the water, warm up the water, melt down all of the oil phase ingredients, and heat up my water phase ingredients. And I'll bring you back when we're ready to combine the two phases. All right, everything is melted down and warmed through, so we're ready to go ahead and combine our oil and water phases to create the lotion. Now, BTMS 50, I have noticed, is hard to melt down and stay melted down. It needs high heats, so you kind of have to make sure your stuff is ready to go as soon as you take it off the heat. We're sitting right around 160 degrees for both the water and oil phase. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and add my water phase into my oil phase ingredients, and then we're going to use the stick blender to emulsify it. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend this for a full 2 minutes, just to make sure we have a good stable emulsion, and I'll bring you back. All right, we have now blended this for about 2 minutes now, and it looks like we have a nice stable emulsion, although it's still very thin because it's still very, very warm. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and set aside my cream here, and we're going to weigh off the cool down ingredients or the more delicate ingredients for this formula. Oh, I may not need, I don't need the small one. I can put this on the bigger one. So what we're going to be doing is weighing off those cool down ingredients or the ingredients that are more delicate that can be affected by higher temperatures. And I'll explain to you what that is right now. So we're going to go ahead and weigh off the fragrance oil first. You can use any type of fragrance oil you like, as long as it's skin safe and the usage rate that I'm providing here. Or you can leave out the fragrance oil if you want to just keep it fragrance free. You can add a little bit more of another extract or a little bit more argan oil. We're going to be going ahead and adding in a little bit of this Baby Bee Buttermilk Type. It smells really good, kind of like oatmeal milk and honey. It's definitely got that like oatmeal and honey, milky kind of base note to it. It's a very light fragrance, which I find great for facial products because you don't want anything too overpowering by your nose. So then we're going to be adding in some calendula extract. Calendula is a flower and it's known for its soothing, anti-redness, and anti-inflammation properties. So it's going to go great with that goat milk powder, which is also great for inflamed or irritated skin. Goat milk powder is going to help to soften your skin, and the calendula works really well with that. So this is a great extract to be adding in with all the other ingredients we have, including the goat milk and the allantoin. So overall, this is going to be a very soothing formula. And then we're going to be adding in some cyclomethicone. Now, if you are someone that doesn't like to use cyclomethicone, you could again add more of a different extract, or you could add more oil to this formula. I like the use of the cyclomethicone because for facial creams, it has a really nice skin feel. So it's going to help your lotion or cream kind of glide over your skin a bit better, meaning a little bit is going to go kind of far across your skin, so you don't have to worry so much about that dragging feeling that sometimes lotions can give you. The cyclomethicone gives you a really great just skin feel. All right. All right, so next up we're going to be adding in some optiphen preservative. This is optiphen 176, which means you can add it to formulas that are up to 176 degrees Fahrenheit, which is nice sometimes when you need it to be, when you need to add the preservative in at a higher heat, or you don't have to worry so much about it burning off. So we are using a little bit of optiphen here. All right, we're going to go ahead and give this a little bit of a stir just to mix our cool down ingredients up. Just set those aside. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the temperature of our lotion and cream. It's thickening up already quite nicely. Okay, it's sitting at right around 120 degrees, which is good. Look at that, it's already thickening up. So we're just going to go ahead and now add in the cool down ingredients and then blend this again to make sure these are all incorporated. Go ahead and make sure this gets all blended up, and I'll bring you back when we're ready for the next step. All right, so I've blended up all the cool down ingredients for a few minutes here, and this is still rather warm, so I'm going to wait until this thickens up to all the way to put it into my little containers, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to do that. All right, so this has been sitting now for about probably 2 hours. It's still a little bit warm, about 85 degrees Fahrenheit, but as you can see, it's gotten nice and thick, and it will continue to thicken up a little bit over the next 24 hours as well. It has that nice glossy finish to it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this into my piping bag here, and then I'll bring you back for the piping. All right, so I have it in this piping bag with a rather large piping tip, so it's pretty loose and coming out pretty easily. So I'm going to try to just do this without making a huge mess, but I'm just piping these in to the top. I like to kind of wait until my emulsions get a little thicker before putting them into the containers, just to make sure. If you've ever had something that didn't take or that was not a stable emulsion for whatever reason and it starts to separate, it's nice just to make sure that you wait until you know for sure you have a nice stable emulsion until you package it up. That way you're not left with a bunch of lotions that, or creams that, you know, didn't set up properly, and then you have to remove everything from your little containers. All right, so there they are, all bottled up. I'm just gonna go ahead and get a batch that I made previously just to show you the final consistency and give you a little bit of a use demo. Okay, so here is a previous little batch here and the formula that I did finally settle on, and so it's just in this bigger little container here because I'm using it for personal use, but here it is. I just wanted to show you the final consistency. Look at that nice glossy white facial cream. It's so pretty, but as you can see, it's thick. It's not going to fall out of the container, and I just wanted to give you an idea of the, see how nice and thick that is. So it's got a very nice consistency. Sometimes thicker creams can feel heavy and leave that kind of white soaping effect on your skin, which is okay. You just rub it in, but I like a facial lotion to not have that property to it. I like it to just glide right in and not leave that white soaping effect. And for a thick cream, this doesn't do that at all. So it just goes in so nice and smooth. Has a really nice and light fragrance. It feels very silky and soothing on your skin. And again, I'm very much enjoying this formula. These bottles are going to go on the website, and if they do well, we'll continue to stock it. And you can find this formula on my Patreon campaign if you would like to make it yourself. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment or question below. That really means a lot to me. Subscribe to my channel and share this video with a friend. All right, everyone, catch you on the next video. Bye. Keep shining.